Hey everyone, so I found myself in Philadelphia today. I know it feels like I'm always traveling, but since I'm always traveling, I feel like for today I give you the 3 steps on how to move to New York City and work in media or journalism if that's really what you want to do. And so the first step, if you're going to move to New York City and work in journalism or the media industry, is you really have to want to live in New York City. And I mean, you have to want to live there. I know many of my peers and many of my friends that I've met over the years who got a great job in New York City and thought it would work out and thought it'd be brilliant, but because they never really fell in love with New York City, no matter what job they took, they were never really that happy. And so they move on. New York City, once you move here, you'll find is a very transient place. And so even if you meet really great people, often they're coming and going, and it can be very hard to nail down long-term friends. Something to keep in mind. The second tip is once you decided you really love New York City and that's where you're gonna move, is to go on Facebook and look at Facebook groups called Facebook Gypsy Housing New York City Gypsy Housing, because that's where everybody posts their sublets for their little 1-bedroom apartments or multi-bedroom apartments all over the city. Because if you've never been in New York City before, or if you haven't already lived in New York City, the apartment rental prices are gonna blow your mind. You're not gonna be prepared for them. In fact, you're not going to be able to usually afford to just straight up rent a place, because in New York City, you usually need to show your income verification of 40x the rent. I mean, you need to make 40 times your monthly rent. And monthly rent is not going to be below $1,000 no matter what. So the best way to move to New York City if you just got a job is to go on these Facebook groups called Facebook Gypsy Housing and find other people that are posting their sublets. One, you can verify them through their Facebook pages. That's how everybody posts their stuff in New York City, is Facebook Gypsy Housing. And 2, that's the best way to find neighborhoods and find reliable roommates and move without having to show 40x income verification. I'm gonna cross the street here. The third step to moving to New York City is neighborhoods. So when you first move to New York City, the neighborhood I most recommend is either gonna be East Harlem or Bushwick in Brooklyn. Those are the 2 most affordable neighborhoods for just moving to New York City. A lot of people wind up in either East Harlem right when they move to New York City or Bushwick. And so if you move to those 2 neighborhoods, you'll have a decent job of 1, finding a place to go forward, and 2, if you move to Bushwick in Brooklyn, a lot of young media people live in Bushwick and Brooklyn. It may seem run down if you're not used to living in New York City, but a lot of people in their 20s and 30s live in Bushwick, Brooklyn, that's the neighborhood, and it's relatively affordable. You'll be right along the L train, which will take you into 14th Street, where a lot of media companies are. So those are my 3 steps. 1, make sure you really love New York City. 2, go on to Facebook, find these groups, get asked to join these New York City Gypsy housing groups. That'll be the easiest way to find housing. And 3, look for the neighborhoods East Harlem and Bushwick in Brooklyn. Those are the things I wish I'd really known before I moved to New York City. Hopefully that helps somebody out there. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like, subscribe. Bye.